Traders, Brian DeMoe at DayTradingFutures.net, doing a analysis of the Australian currency cross with the US dollar, and also I'll explain a shorts or a swing trade setup that I see that's just developed, and I think it's got an awesome risk reward potential to it. So jumping in on the left hand side of my screen, this is a live 4-hour chart. On the right hand side is a 1-hour chart. We have a previous channel that we were following back in middle of December, and this bottom line really did play an important area for me recently. So I'll jump into that in a second. And then these are my previous lines of support and resistance that I had drawn in from the past. So on the 4-hour, zooming in here, we had that nice rally that occurred on Monday, and did ride this with a long position, and my initial target was this line of resistance right here at 88888. So I did make a small profit here riding this spike. Was quite nice, and then I held off on jumping back in. I didn't know if we were going to bounce off of this trend line that I had drawn in, which we did, and but we didn't come back all the way down to the channel. So instead, what we did was we bounced off of this previous line of resistance, and then played this ping pong action until we finally pierced this blue trend line drawn in on the 4-hour. So again, we came up, finally pierced the bottom line of this ascending channel. Now, what I'm looking at and why I believe that we are in a position now to take a nice short position, taking a look at the price action in the candles, I mean, it's obvious that there's significant weakness, at least short term, for this particular US or currency pair. And on the stochastics, we have coiled up stochastics heading in the up direction in the overbought territory. And just like I've said in previous videos, when you have coiled up stochastics heading down to the oversold, that's usually an indication of a rally that the bears are going to take control. So you can think of this in the opposite. When you have a coiled up stochastics heading up, as we see here, this is an indication that the bears are going to take over. That we just have been hovering around in close to overbought territory, and that it's time that the bears take over and we head back down. So this tells me here that we are definitely that the bears are taking over, and that we're going to be heading down from this area. Looking at the 1-hour chart on the right hand side of my screen, you can see that the currency was just unable to really make any more or come above this price action level of about 89.78. So when we broke the bottom of this ascending channel, I did take a long position here. My initial target was going to be this first line of resistance. Second target was going to be this line of resistance. And you can see that again more clearly on my 4-hour chart. First target was around here, and my preferred second target or maximized profits was at 907. But the Australian currency across the US dollar just didn't have the power behind it. So what we kind of see here is a double top on the 1-hour, and then just a recent dip back below this the bottom of this ascending channel here that I have drawn in. So jumping into the swing trade setup, this is a great opportunity to take a short. The risk reward is really high, and I did go ahead and take that position. My stop is just at around 89.59, and my initial first target, and really, I mean, I'm going to hold on to the position longer than that, maybe shave off 1 or 2 contracts, is at 8888, and then beyond that, my second and last target would be somewhere in the middle of this channel. So let me move this over for you. So I'm looking at an area of around 87, 85 as my target. If we were to follow the bottom of this channel or this trend line, It's quite possible that we'll end up around this area here, given that there's nothing in the news that comes out that proves me wrong. Also, I forgot to mention, as another indication that we're headed down from this area, is we have a bearish divergence on the momentum and the MACD. And you can see that this high was at this point here, and even though the price action showed a continuous upward direction, this is clearly not in the same direction, and as well in the MACD, which helps prove the divergence is there. So anyway, so yeah, this is an entry to take short for me, and my initial target will be this first line of support, which I really don't think is going to hold. I think we're going to see at least the middle of the 8,700 area, and it's quite possible at this point that that we see something lower in the 0.8600 area, but that's pretty much it. I'm thinking there's one other thing I'd like to mention is that it's possible that we come down here and just bounce off of this line of support that I have drawn in. So this is an important area for me to keep an eye on. It's possible that we come down to about this point, maybe a little bit lower, this is also a line of support heading into the near future, and then we kind of take off. So we'll see what happens once we get to this key area here, and again this key area. But risk reward, great. Take the short opportunity. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us at DayTradingFutures.net, and I hope you have a good day. Thanks.